I will leave you with one thing. And for some of us that want to venture into politics, and for some of us that are in politics, don't fight the person that is not fighting you. Try and not to fight somebody that is not fighting you. Try and not. Don't ever try to fight somebody that does not even have in his mind, neither is he even trying to fight you. Don't fight that person. It's the most dangerous person to fight. You know why? Because when you fight such a person, you are fighting God, not that person. In my place, they say, white belly they kill black one. Somebody that is not fighting you, don't fight that person. God knows that I never planned one day to fight Obaseki. God knows that it was never in my book to fight Obaseki. God knows that even when he was oppressing me, I refused to fight. Because I am not to be a fighter. I am not a fighter for personal things. Most of the fights that I fight are not my fights. They are fights to correct the system. They are fights against oppression. I have never started any fights. Check all the, I have never in my life started any fight. But from my mother's womb, I was told that I hate oppression. So anything that stirs up oppression in my present, I buy it. I buy that fight. And God has always helped me. So for all of us, the last 2 years was turbulent. That's what people say. But I can tell you the last 8 years was turbulent for me. And when my chairman last time was speaking, and when Theophilus was speaking, Chief of Staff, all of them that remain, they know that from 2016, I started battling. I started battling from 2016. From 2016, if some of you remember, the first budget in 2016, after we were sworn in, like November now, we were to present the first budget immediately. You remember it took House of Assembly up to almost 2 p.m. to present the House of Assembly, because I said I was not going to the House of Assembly. And I was told by Comrade Adams Ali Osdomole that I, Philip, should know that I am Deputy Governor and that I must be 100% loyal. And I said, but this is it, this is it. They said, no, I must be, everything ends with the governor. And at that time, I told myself, why would I leave House of Rep and come and become Deputy Governor? That I don't have a say. That is the day I made up my mind that I'm now in an office where I will have to give everything and be a fool for 8 years. And I actually played that card, and God helped me. I was a fool for almost 8 years. And I would have been a fool for 8 years. I was ready to be a fool for 8 years because I was already there, and I look at the people that are in the system that must feed for their family. And if I say I resign, these people, how will they look at me tomorrow? What will be the politics tomorrow? What will be their stake? So when I look at all of them, I said, because of them, I will be a fool for 8 years. I am the only deputy governor in the history of Edo State, that did not have official car until the 3rd year I was bought one Land Cruiser, one. I was the only deputy governor in the history of Edo State. My former deputy governor is here. I was the only deputy governor in history in Edo State. For 3 years, I was using the car I bought as member of House of Rep. That was where we were putting that flag and coat of arms. And you see me driving up and down with Land Cruiser. that Land Cruiser was not bought by government. It was my personal Land Cruiser. I used all those vehicles. I used for 3 years. And when he decided to buy me an official car, he bought it, and as he was coming from Lagos, he had an accident, and the wheels were destroyed. And when they finally towed the vehicle down, that is the official car, the only Land Cruiser they bought for me for 4 years, first term. I didn't mind, because my take was, I look at all the people that were brought into the system. I look at the people I want to help, and I decided that I will manage. People say, I later heard the immediate past governor saying he gave me leverage. He never gave me leverage. I want to tell you people now, I was redundant, and I told myself that I am not created to be redundant. If you observe, there was a time I was doing traffic in Edo State. I don't know if people still remember. I was going around doing traffic because I told myself I cannot be idle in the office. So when there was nothing to do, I go out to start doing traffic, and I started clearing road. All the duties that the former Deputy Governor Odubo was handling, it was shared to different offices. But I didn't mind, because I looked at the people that were still there, and I managed. Second term, people will expect, I haven't been treated like that. I will fight on the side of against the oppressor. But no, that is not my calling. My calling is that even if my oppressor is being oppressed, I will fight the person oppressing my oppressor. Because I hate oppression. And that's why we went into that battle in 2020. 2020 came. The last 4 years, I was not given any official car. 4 years, second term, I did not get any official car. They bought them 2 years to end of tenure. Then the quarrel started. They took those vehicles and gave to the impostor, or Mabayo. So, Edo State governor, those vehicles they bought for the office of the deputy governor, they are with Omobayo. So, that means in 8 years, I had one accidented, brand new Land Cruiser. But nobody knows that, because I was trained not to talk about personal gain. I was trained to talk about institutional reform and talk about collectivity. So today, when we celebrate 8 years, when we celebrate my birthday, I am so joyous. Why I'm so happy is that the governor then told me if I contest for governor, which can create a problem for us, he will destroy me. He said, if you contest, I will destroy you. And that day I told God, I said, if I'm innocent, if I have given all to make this man succeed, he said he has started a crusade of finishing strong and finishing well. I said that finishing strong and finishing well will be my portion, and finishing badly will be his portion. Amen. And God answered the prayer. Let Obaseki today come and organize Thanksgiving like this, whether he will survive Benin. So you can see, every time we were praying, my wife, I remember, she would say it will end in praise. Has it not ended in praise? Why I took time to talk like this is that for the younger ones, please remember, I fought. Some person told me resign so that you can go and enjoy your retirement and there won't be a stain on your record. I said, have I done anything that deserves an impeachment? Nothing. I said, so if this man go ahead to impeach, I will reverse it by the grace of God. I said, I will fight for that institution to be respected by every governor in Nigeria. I said, if he try it, I will show him that Philip Shaibu is not just Philip Shaibu. Philip Shaibu is full of the grace of God. And people say, God thing, they take time before it happen. Somebody told me, said, God thing, they take time before it happen. And the most difficult decision I make in my life was when they were about to do it, and I was about to stop it. And I was told by some leaders, including religious leaders, that they had spoken to him and that I should go and withdraw my case from court. That was a political suicide. And I told them that this thing you're asking me to do is political suicide. But I am a believer in God. And when somebody as highly placed, like the bishop of Catholic Church, is involved, I didn't have any choice. And I told myself I would go and withdraw the case. And I was asked to apologize. Somebody is oppressing me, they said I should apologize. I still went ahead to apologize. And at the end of the day, they impeached me. And in 70 days, God reversed it. And even when God reversed it, this character still refused to obey the law. He refused to obey. So why I'm saying that don't fight who is not fighting you. The Obaseki experience or lessons or issues should be a lesson to all of us. The Obaseki episode, that is the right word, the Obaseki episode should be a lesson to all of us. Because I never fought him. I never had it in my mind to fight him. My mind is, I'm not a material-driven person. So even if I have left without a kobo or this thing, I didn't care. What I was interested in, people that are feeding through me in the system. That was all I was interested in. Not personal gain. I stayed in my house for 8 years. There is no single pin of government. I never applied one day for furniture. 8 years, no furniture. Government, go and check government record. Edo State government never bought furniture for me in 8 years. My entitlement. Even 28 days, first and second tenure, I never got. So there are a lot of things that younger ones should learn. Learn to be yourself. Learn to depend on only God. And learn to manage yourself. Everybody is hungry. It's you who cannot manage his hunger, they will know he's hungry. Learn to manage yourself. If you have 5 naira, manage that 5 naira and be a big man in that 5 naira. They had sons. They have almost 9 sons coming to challenge me in court. I have 3. Obaseki even boasted that it will make me spend everything I've ever made in life. And by the time the government is ending, I will go with nothing. He boasted like that. And each time I hear those boasts, I said, this man doesn't even know that one superhuman being called God is the one that created us. And that God that created us has already defined everybody's destiny. And I know that somebody told me one day, one elder said, men can delay your destiny, but they can't change it. I said, men can delay your destiny, but they cannot change it. So I've always grown with that mentality that God is everything. I am not into any negativity with them. It's only God that I hold. So if you are in if anybody come and tell you, come and join this society, come and join, don't join. All God, it's only God that is superhuman, Your creator is the one. He has already written your script. But you have to struggle. You have to stand up from the bed and claim your possession. I have always stood my ground to claim my possession. The fight we fought this last time is not for Philip Shaibu. It's to strengthen the institution called the office of the deputy governor. And I've succeeded in it. And for me, this celebration is a success story of fighting to strengthen institution. And the institution is now, everybody now know that you don't dare that office. You must respect the office. Because the office and the deputy governor is same. It's same. So I want to end by just letting us know that it is good. And for politicians, I repeat again, and whoever, whether politician or private, don't fight who is not fighting you. If you fight who is not fighting you, you will lose like Obaseki. For me today, even the impeachment was conspiracy of the top. The impeachment was conspiracy of the top. So all the big guys, who is who, top guys, conspired to impeach me. Some, it was a revenge. And when they conspired to impeach, God said, this my son cannot be impeached. And they said, you know, impeach him and go to court. Before he gets judgment, the administration not end. God shows them that this one is not the kind of child you will impeach and say wait for end of tenure. I will return him during the tenure, and in 70 days I am back. So I want to thank God. I am telling this story to thank God and to please educate some of us and learn from my story. If anybody tell you there's no God, tell them to go and read the history of Shaibu. That will convince them God exists. Because everything that has happened is God. It's not, I'm not one super human being. No. My chairman knows how we struggle all the court cases. He knows. And you know court cases are not cheap. But we are not owing any lawyer. They had 9 senior advocates. I have 3 senior advocates. And you know what it takes to own senior advocate. We won 9 senior advocates. We won 9 senior advocates. You think it's Shaibu? It is God. So this should be a message to you. If anybody bully you, don't bully back. Take legal means. Take legal means. Stand on your rights. Don't succumb to bully. Don't. But also don't be a bully. So that by the time it is done, God look at you and look at your heart. I am innocent. I have a very clean heart. Yes, I'm not a superhuman being. I have 1 or 2 mistakes as human. But any of those my mistakes are not as a result of envy or as a result of being negative or being wicked. No. And please don't end up like Obaseki. When you start doing negativity, pray not to end up like Obaseki. In your prayers now, when you pray, say, may God not let me end like Obaseki. It's important. And for some of you that were with him, that are now returning, you are welcome. But I'm sure you have learned your lessons. And I hope it's not just to survive again that you are coming back. If it's to survive, you will still go back to that level of begging. Change for the good. And I will end up by saying, we have a new government. We have Gov Okpebholo. We have Deputy Governor Denis Idausa. Please, we need to put them in our prayers. We need, more than ever, when you pray for yourself, pray for the governor. Pray for the deputy governor. You know why? We have a lot of catch up to make. And to get to that level, he needs resources. He needs wisdom. He needs all our support. Don't be in a hurry to be saying, I never do this one, I never do this one. No. Let's take out complaint and bring in prayers and support. If we do that, I can tell you the Edo that we are prayed for, Edo that we have said is rising, we actually rise to the glory of God and to the benefit of all of us.